Hey you guys, it's Missy Lynn and I'm back with another FAQ video in regards to the Air Force. I cannot speak for all branches once again, but I will help those out who are interested in joining the Air Force. And then some questions are very generic questions that can apply to all branches, but I'm basically just giving my opinion and my knowledge in regards to the Air Force. So I have a list of questions that I kind of accumulated since my last video that people had asked me, so I just wanted to kind of put it out there. I had one subscriber ask me, what was your experience with basic training and what all did it entail? Basic training was pretty easy for me. The hardest part is the mental part. A lot of people actually have problems with the physical training, but if you start to exercise before you go in, then the physical part won't even be a problem because you'll know how to do your push-ups, your sit-ups, you'll exceed the run time. But the hardest part for me was the mental part. People yelling in your face, screaming in your face, and especially if you're not used to being handled and talked to like that, you kind of forget that you're there for discipline reasons. But at the same time, like, it's still really hard to hold and bite your tongue, so you have to practice with that. I would practice with a friend, have them scream and yell in your face, but you'll have so much anger built up just from living with 25 to 30 different females or guys. You'll have so much anger built up that as soon as the TI get in your face that one time, you'll either one, not let it affect you, or two, you'll blow up. Another question was, what are the positives of the Air Force and why do you love it? I love it because, for one, I wanted to travel. I love the stability. I love the income. I don't ever have to worry about being laid off. It's really hard for you to be thrown out of the military. So the stability of having an income every 2 weeks, you don't have to worry about anything. Like, you are taken care of, the health benefits. You know that if anything happened, you need surgery, you need eye exams, dental care, somebody knock your teeth out your mouth, you know that you're gonna have a fresh pair of teeth for free, okay? That's how I look at it. Another question was, do you have any say in where you are stationed and what job you get? Yes and no. When you take the ASVAB test, depending on your score, they will give you a list of jobs that you qualify for, and they will also tell you which jobs are undermanned and what jobs are overmanned, meaning that if the undermanned jobs need people, then they'll tell you to choose from there. If you don't want any of those jobs, then I would say just wait. A lot of people end up taking jobs that they really don't want because they don't want to wait. They feel like the process and the wait time is too long, so they just take any kind of job. Well, if you take any kind of job, depending on the length of contract that you take, it's going to be either 3 years if you sign a 4-year contract or 5 years if you sign a 6-year contract before you're even eligible to cross-train. And at that time, you don't know what the manning of the job that you really want will even be like. So it's kind of like a risky situation. So if there's a specific job that you want, I would say when you go to the recruiter after you get your test scores, tell them I want this job. If that job is not available and they try to talk you into something else and you know that you really don't want that, then don't do it, because then you'll end up not liking your job. You'll go to work every day pissed off because you're not really into your job. And then sometimes people actually grow to like their jobs. It just depends on the type of person you are. I wanted pharmacy. I couldn't get pharmacy, so I went in open general in hopes that someone would get kicked out of basic training and I could take that job. But it didn't happen like that. I ended up just getting a medical job anyway because pharmacy wasn't available. So I wanted a job that would benefit me on the outside world. So I went with health service management. But although I'm in health service management now, I'm in school for pharmacy, so it worked out. But don't settle for any type of job, seriously, because you'll end up getting into a career field that you hate. Don't. As far as choosing places where you are sent, in basic training they give you like a dream sheet, and basically you write down places that you don't mind going, 1 through 10. You can put anywhere overseas, you can put anywhere stateside. I would suggest that if you know there's only 4 places that you want to go stateside and 2 places that you want to go overseas, put those 6 places. Don't fill up the whole 10, because I feel like the last few choices are choices that you're basically just settling for. And once you have those 10 places written down on your dream sheet, they choose from any one of those. They'll try their hardest to accommodate you with the first or second choice. But if there's no room for you to go to those places, then they'll just move down the list. And if none of the places on your list is available, then they'll send you wherever they want you to go. Like that. So that's how the dream sheet works. Another question that was asked was, do you feel it's worth coming to the military compared to what you could be doing on the outside, or is it just like any other normal job? I feel like joining the military was worth it because it was something that I really wanted to do. When I was in ROTC, I knew I wanted to join the military. That was just me. I had my reasons for, I wanted to travel, I wanted to go to school, I had scholarships to go to college, but I didn't want to be a broke college student. That's how I looked at it. I will say that the military is not for everyone. Some people want to come into the military as a last resort, and sometimes it just doesn't work, especially if it's not for you. I noticed that people that come in because they've been getting in trouble just on the streets, or they just couldn't hold the job. Sometimes I would honestly say that 75% of the people that I've seen like that are now kicked out of the military, and 25% the military have actually bettered them. So I would just say that it's all about what you make of it. The military is not for everyone. You can come in, you know, because your family was like, yo, you need discipline. And you can come in thinking, I'm gonna hate this, I'm gonna hate this, and you could be the top airman in the Air Force. It just is structured like that. If it's gonna structure and build you and instill discipline in you. So that's my thing. Yes, I do think that it was worth it compared to what I could be doing at this age right now. I would still be in school for pharmacy, working minimum wage, maybe 20 hours a week, not really making much, making peanuts, just enough to put gas in my car and buy me 1 or 2 outfits, you know, and depending on my parents. I didn't want that. I did not want that. I wanted to be responsible. I wanted to be on my own and be free. I didn't want to have to depend on my parents. And when I say be free, I'm not saying, oh, not live under their roof, because if it would be time for me to go to college, I wouldn't live in their household. But I mean be free, meaning just flocking away from the nest, not depending on them, not needing them, and doing everything on my own. Someone wanted to know, what do females do when it's their time of the month, when their friend comes to visit, when you're in basic training? Just like any other time, you get bathroom breaks. You go to the bathroom and handle your friend, handle your business. Another question is, what was your day like every day, day to day? You'd wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, depending on what day it was, and what the TI actually had planned for you. You would go to PT, would last about an hour with running, sit-ups, push-ups. You would do the I forgot what you call it, but it's basically like you're running in a line with like 8 people. I think it's like ready up is what it's called, but you're running in a line with like 8 people and you're just jogging all in a line, and then the first person says ready up and you hold your arm up, and the last person sprints all the way to the front of the line, and then you start jogging again, and then you would say ready up, and then the next person would come to the front. So that's what you would do. It's pretty fun. I actually liked that one. I liked it a lot, but I ran track and stuff, so I was pretty fit. Where can you get the material to study for the ASVAB? If you go to google.com, there are practice ASVAB quizzes. Please use that. Please use your resources. There's public libraries that also sell the study material. You can pick those up and study, because a couple of years ago you needed like a 32 to get in, 32 or 34. Now you need a 50 or higher, seriously, because it's that jam-packed. The Air Force is oversaturated, so they're getting rid of people left and right. like they're not gonna kick you out, but if you gotten in trouble, oh yeah, you're getting kicked out. If you failed your PT test multiple times, oh yeah, you're getting kicked out. So then after PT, then you go to breakfast, and then once you get back from breakfast, you would go to back to like your dorm room area, and then you would shower, and then you would do like your little household chores, and then you would get ready for class. You stay in class all day. You go to dinner. No, you go to lunch, and then you go back to class. I believe this was like 5 years ago. I don't even remember. But you go back to class, and then you would either go to lunch or you would go back to your dorm room right after class, and you guys would wait until it's time to go to dinner, and then they would call you down, and then you'd go to dinner, come back, and then do your just kind of get ready for the next day, prep for the next day, and then be in bed, and then reveille would go off again in the morning. So like that every day for like 7 to 8 weeks when I was going through. Do you really shower in one big room full of bed? Yes, you do. You shower with a room full of females or a room full of guys, and you just have to be comfortable with your body. What's the process before being accepted to go to basic training? It just depends on what job you take. That's a question that a recruiter would have to answer. I wish I could answer it, but I don't know what the wait time is now. Last time I heard that they're only putting like 1 to 2 people in per month because that's how full it was. But I would talk to a local recruiter when it comes to that question. What's the difference between active duty and reserve? Active duty, you wake up every morning on the designated days that you have to work, which will probably be Monday through Friday or Tuesday through Sunday, just depending on what days you have off. Some jobs you only get 1 day off. Some jobs you get the weekends off. Some jobs you get 2 days off sometime during the week. It just kind of depends. But it's a full-time job. You work 40 hours a week, a little bit more sometimes. If depending on your job, you might have to work 12 hours. Reserve, you're only going once a month. So you'll have drill once a month basically, and that's on the weekends, and you get paid I think like $200 or $300. I think you still get benefits like for schooling and stuff, but again you have to talk to a recruiter because I'm not a recruiter and I'm active duty. So I work Monday through Friday, off on the weekends. You know, that's my job. How do you maintain having friends while you're in the military? Well, at most bases, sometimes you'll be there for a year, sometimes you'll be there for 4 years, sometimes you'll be there for your whole career, just depending on what job you have, if they need you, if you want to move, whatever. But it's really easy to keep friends at different bases, even though you move a lot, because for one, you might want to revisit those bases, they might want to come and visit you. So it's like when you make friends, you keep those friends because you have friends in different states. So now you have a place to go and visit. You talk to them quite often. And plus the Air Force is a small Air Force. Even though it may seem big, it's really small. And you'll all meet up again one day, trust me. Are you away from family? Yes, I am. I am stationed in Los Angeles, California. My family is in Lafayette, Louisiana. I'm near no family except for my little sister. She's in Barstow, California. She's in the Army, and even though we're like only 3 hours apart, she's in the Army and I barely see her. I've seen her like 3 times since I've been here, honestly. So it's her job. She works a lot. The Army works her butt off, like seriously. Having a boyfriend or a girlfriend right after high school when you're leaving for the military, is it hard? Sometimes it can be hard. I was with my high school sweetheart, and when we moved from Lafayette, Louisiana to Charleston, South Carolina, after a couple of years, you kind of start to grow apart. You'll either grow apart or you'll grow together. A lot of people feel that, oh my God, it's my high school sweetheart, I don't want to leave them, that's all I know, blah blah blah, and they want to bring that person. So there's a lot of marriage marriages happening at young ages when you're in the military, because that's, you know, you want to bring that person. And I'm sorry for like the lighting because the sun is starting to set, but most companions give the other military person like an ultimatum. Oh, I want to come, or oh, we can't do long distance. Hell yeah, you can do long distance. Try it out for a little while. If it doesn't work, to me, it's not meant to be. Because if you really love someone, you'll make it work. You'll come visit on the weekends. You'll come visit every other month, you know, until you guys feel like you are ready to take that step. But when you get out of high school, you don't know any better. You're going from leaving your mama and daddy's house to living with somebody else. It's not gonna work. Some people, it does work. Mine, it didn't work. Some of my friends, it didn't work. Like, who you want at 18 when you 17 or 18 when you leave high school is not who you want when you're 23, 24. So, I mean, some people can say, oh, that's not true, but it happens. So that is it for this frequently asked questions video. I hope you guys enjoy. List more questions below and I'll try to make it as soon as possible. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Rate and subscribe.